Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to the Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Today, our guest is Ritu. Ritu, how are you doing today?
Hey, Qasim, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So, Ritu, let us know where you live and what you do.
So I live in Vancouver, Canada. I'm a Canadian citizen. I, of course, was born in India, but I am now in Canada and I love it here. What do I do? Well, I am the CEO of PPC Ninja. We are a services and software company. We help 7, 8, and 9-figure sellers maximize their advertising and their sales on Amazon.
Awesome. So, I believe if you are in the digital marketing as well, so what is the best part in the digital marketing that you suggest to every other entrepreneur or the business owner?
Yeah, I think retail marketing is definitely becoming so important. I think retail spend is going to go up at least 2 to 3x in the next couple of years. Everything has, transformed. The landscape has transformed to the point that there are more marketers, there are more advertisers because there are more communities now. There's a lot more diversification of platform, while Amazon continues to dominate, 60 to 70, maybe even more share of the market in terms of like advertising. But there is, a large, group of people who are also selling on Shopify, on Miva, on other such platforms, and their spend on marketing has definitely gone up and will continue to go up in the years to come.
Awesome. So, Ritu, as a software company and a digital marketing company, what was the inspiration behind why you started this and why entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I think the reason why I started PPC Ninja Services is to help advertisers do a better job on Amazon, because advertising is getting more and more complex and cost per clicks are rising. Plus, we have very fierce competition from China and mainland China brands. So as the Chinese market, is extremely, I guess they're very good at marketing, right? They're very agile. They know all the tricks. They know how to make their, products pop. With the emergence of Temu and Shein, we can see that. We know how well they do their job. And so we help brands, be able to kind of stand out despite, severe Chinese competition, which also comes in the form of, price competition, not just visibility, it's also price. So I think the current scenario, the current market situation is that people are struggling. First of all, they're getting margin compression from Amazon. They're getting margin compression from their competitors because there's a race to the bottom in terms of pricing. Plus, advertising is getting more and more complex and saturated. So for all these reasons, it makes a very good reason for our existence, because we can navigate all of that. We have access to the latest strategies as well as software when it comes to marketing on Amazon and delivering profitable growth. And that's something very important, like the combination of profit and growth both together, not just one at the expense of other.
Awesome. So I believe there are a lot of other companies who are doing almost the same thing, and I believe you must have a lot of differentiators. But what are the couple of biggest differentiators that you can say, like you can differentiate your business from the others in the market?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, we are thought leaders in the space. I myself participate very actively on LinkedIn and have been a speaker at many conferences, more than 100 podcasts. And, I try to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to noticing where the market is going. And one of the things that I've, developed recently is the understanding of AI and how that relates to advertising on Amazon. Now, AI is here to change the game, and we're prepared. So PPC Ninja is already invested in using AI for our own internal purposes for our clients, as well as making sure that our clients' listings are ready for for the AI era. And that's basically what we do. We also have a very good synergistic model between PPC and SEO. And both of these kind of feed into each other. It's not just advertising alone, it's also making sure that your listings are ready for AI. And that's where we differentiate ourselves. The other big differentiator is that we have our own proprietary software that is also called PPC Ninja. And at the same time, we're very heavy data nerds. We like analytics. We like to combine multiple data streams. We know how to read data, and we are very kind of on top of things when it comes to data. So I think those are some of our key differentiators.
Awesome. So what's the process to onboard a new client for your PPC Ninja?
Yes. So, the very first thing we do is to establish whether we are a good fit or not. It's not that we are an agency for every kind of customer. So we're very transparent. We first have a discovery call, and if we see that the basic criteria is met, which means that we don't appear as a burden to them, because obviously agency fees adds up to your bottom line, right? Or subtracts from your bottom line. So we want to make sure that it is a large enough business that won't be negatively impacted by us starting to manage their services. So that's the first thing we check. And then we go into an audit. Like we do a PPC audit of the situation as it currently stands. We look at what they're currently doing in terms of like advertising, what opportunities are there, what missed opportunities can we identify, and what are some of the kind of negative advertising strategies that are actually sinking their account rather than helping them grow. So we identify all of those and have a conversation about that. And once the client has said, okay, I'm willing to give you guys a try, well, then we onboard them. So the onboarding process is fairly elaborate because we have like an onboarding sheet where we ask everyone to fill out all the details. Like we've got a lot of different tabs on that spreadsheet, and we kind of keep that updated throughout our engagement and interaction with our clients. And once we have all the client onboarding information, we start to do keyword research and all that good stuff, and then start managing their ads. But that's not it. We also give very, very detailed weekly status reports because everybody wants to know how, adding an agency, maybe an expensive agency, has actually helped or not. And so we try to show our clients our value add every single week. And our goal internally is to make sure that we're adding value every single week. So like we're watching what was the difference between this week and last week, difference between this month and last month, year to date, year over year. So all of that stuff is reported weekly. In addition, we also have like monthly check-in calls, as well as ad hoc meetings as needed, because we want to make sure our clients are comfortable with our process and that there's feedback going in both directions, because ultimately it's a partnership that we want to make sure that we succeed and turn them into raving fans.
All right, makes sense. So in terms of marketing, when we talk about the digital marketing, I still believe there are a lot of agencies or the companies who are still not doing any digital marketing, and they have their more focus towards the offline marketing. So do you have any way to educate those business owners and the entrepreneurs that this is a compulsory part where you have to show your presence on the internet, because today is the age of internet and AI is a buzzword. So you are utilizing AI a lot in your marketing, I believe. So do you have any educational program or campaign on it?
So, we're always sharing information, strategies. We do a lot of webinars. We do a lot of master classes, masterminds. So actually coming up by the end of this month, we have a live workshop or a live masterclass on AI and how we can use that in our marketing. So we keep doing these sorts of programs. And if you're interested, I can share a link. If your audience wants to listen in, I can definitely share that with you. But, it's important for people to understand that, advertising is a very important part of their overall success story, because it's one thing to create something that is amazing, but it's another thing to get that in front of the right audience, and that matching of, what your product is, who is it for, and whether they can see it or not. That's very important. And advertising is one mechanism to kind of bridge that gap and to kind of connect these two things up together. So I think advertising is central to any business's existence.
Awesome. So when we are talking about the clientele, so who are your ideal clients?
Yes, so our ideal clients are, businesses that are at least $1 million in ad revenue per year. So those are ideal customers. And we also look at one more number, which is the conversion rate. So what is conversion rate? This is the metric of how many orders you get versus how many clicks you got. And this number is super important because it tells me that, how many number of clicks I need to make a single sale. So for example, a conversion rate of 5% means that I need 20 clicks to make one sale, or a conversion rate of 2% means I need 50 clicks to make one sale. And that alone can give me an idea of like how much is it going to cost them to advertise their products, because a 2% conversion rate means 50 clicks multiplied by whatever the average cost per click is. Let's assume it's $1, right? So 50 clicks times $1, that's $50 to sell one unit of your product. And if your unit is going to cost, or it retails for, let's say, $50, well, then it's 100% ACoS, which is the advertising cost of sale. And that's not a good equation, right? So it is important for us to make sure that the conversion rate is as high as possible so that we can do justice to the efforts that we're going to put into advertising and make sure that our clients actually see results. And so we definitely prefer anything above 10% conversion rate on Amazon. But if not, we, depending on sometimes the price point of the product prevents them from getting a very high conversion rate. So we're actually okay to kind of consider that case by case and maybe come down to maybe 8% conversion rate or so. But these are the two things we check, whether they have enough sales momentum going, because we can then take that to the next level, because that's our job. That's our sweet spot of where we can grow them. And we make sure that the listings are optimized in a way that they can have a very high conversion rate so that ads are actually effective.
All right. So maybe I just missed it. What is your specific niche for the marketing?
So we actually work with anyone that wants to sell on Amazon, right? So that's the main kind of focus. Now, these, clients could also be interested in Walmart. We also do Walmart advertising. They might be interested in Google. We also do Google advertising. And now we're also expanding into other areas like Instagram and Facebook, meta ads, basically, to support kind of their main product, which is selling on Amazon. However, this mix can be different. Like it can be a different mix of channels that they are working on, and we can look at that as well. But in terms of verticals, we're generally, open to anything that sells on Amazon is pretty much a good target for us. So we don't really differentiate based on the vertical.
All right, makes sense. So at what extent PPC Ninja is doing the software development as well? Because I think you guys are doing software development as well along with the marketing, right?
Yeah, so we actually do, so we don't do custom software development, but we do help our clients with AI. We also help our clients with combining different streams of data. So create like this data room where multiple streams of data are coming in, and we can help build dashboards, etc. So there's a little bit of that. Now, the software that we have is a self-serve software, which means that people can run their own ads using our software. And internally, we use that software as well for managing our clients and so on. But that's not all. We also make a lot of like Google Sheets automations. We also have automations in Google BigQuery and Google Looker Studio. So we are a Google shop, and we like to keep our automations kind of in the same ecosystem because it's more efficient. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, exactly. So what are the challenges? I believe you must have faced many challenges, because challenges are meant to be for the entrepreneurs and business owners. So can you share one challenge, the biggest challenge that you faced and you fixed it? So if you fixed it, how you were able to fix it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think for any business to have longevity, you need to have a solid business model, right? You want to make sure that you're relevant in whatever space you choose, right? You're relevant, and that the business continues to grow, and it's not like an uphill battle just to make it run, right? We don't want that. We want the engine to be smooth, and we want the flywheel to keep moving and working. So that part is great. Now, there's other factors in the market that are severely impacting Amazon sellers. Amazon sellers have a huge threat from Chinese, brands like or Chinese mainland brands that are competing on the same platform as Western brands or let's say European brands, private label brands in general. So I think the biggest challenge for our business has been how Amazon is treating our clients, which means that if they're adding to the troubles and worries of our customers, our clients, then it impacts us as well because we've seen many businesses start and fail. Like they come and they go within like 3 years, they're gone. They don't sell on Amazon anymore, or they're just like so small because of the margin compression that they're unable to afford us. So I think that's the biggest challenge when it comes to business sustainability. And so the way we've tried to address that is that we are very intentional about who we work with. We don't work with anyone that's looking for any kind of help. Like we're not saying, to absolute newbies or new sellers on Amazon that we can help you because a lot of times we cannot, right? So we're just very open with them and say, hey, once you get to this point, then we're a good fit for you, right? So we kind of differentiate ourselves by being very intentional about who we work with. And that's how I think we've seen some success.
Awesome. So what do you think, what are your plans, growth plans for next 3 to 6 months?
Well, everything has to do with AI, and our growth plans are helping, our customers be AI ready. So we want to make sure that we help our customers optimize their listings in a way that they can get indexed by Rufus and they can get found by the search engine and also by people because, when you create a listing, you're creating it for two audiences. You're creating it for a human and you're also creating it for the algorithm or the AI. So with this two-pronged approach, we're helping our clients kind of get to that point because otherwise, very soon there's going to be a point where keywords will become irrelevant. And when that point happens and people start switching to kind of conversational e-commerce, then it will be, game over for many people, right? So we're actually future-proofing our clients by working with them side by side and helping them kind of get to the next level. So that's going to be my focus and my team's focus for the next 6 to 9 months.
Awesome. So I believe measuring success for any business is easy in a way when we are thinking about the revenue growth. But other than the revenue growth, what do you think? What is the success for PPC Ninja?
Yeah, so we have an internal metric called the Raving Fan Score. And this is a score that we assign all customers. Like we measure them based on their happiness index with us. And this is an exercise that we've been doing for the past 2.5, 3 years. So every Wednesday, the leadership team gets together and we evaluate every single account we have that we're managing. And we say, okay, this client, what do you think they rated us this past week? Was it a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5? What was it? Sometimes those numbers shift. They move from 5 to 4 or 5 to 3. And then that's an indication for us to kind of put our brains together and say, okay, what is it that I need to do now to prevent them from sliding down further? And how can we correct it? What are the proactive measures that we can put in place right now in order to help our clients continue to be raving fans of ours? So I think more than revenue, I think it's that making sure that our customers are not only satisfied with us because anyone can give you satisfaction, but we want them to be raving fans. We want them, even if they stop working with us, we still want them to go and say, oh, PPC Ninja is the best, that kind of thing.
Awesome, awesome. So, Ritu, other than all these things, I believe you might get a lot of queries on daily or maybe weekly basis. So, I know every agency cannot do everything because we also get a lot of queries, but we are capable of doing some certain things, and we do have our capability. So sometimes things get out of the box, and we have to reach someone else for those things. Sometimes we do collaboration, sometimes we do not prefer. Like even many people do not prefer to do any collaboration, and there are a lot of others as well who prefer to do some collaboration. So, what is your idea? Collaboration is a good model to do the things that you are not doing, or this is something that may hurt your business?
No, we love collaboration. We love partnerships. We love to work with partners who are better at what they're doing so that we can focus on what we're good at. And we have this kind of back and forth referrals all the time. So we have a bunch of partners and we work with them and happily coexist. I think one good thing about this Amazon space is that people are not afraid to share, even if it's, their competitors are listening and that they're picking up all their ideas, but there's ample to go around. So we do have the abundance mentality, and we like to partner with especially with, service providers that are doing a much better job than us, or there's something that we can do that they're not so great at. So that's always a good model.
Thank you, Ritu. At the end, what would be your biggest piece of advice for our audience? Our audience is mostly the entrepreneurs and the business owners. So yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think so. One piece of advice would be that, there's always going to be obstacles and challenges along the way. But the one thing that can help you keep going is your vision. So whatever vision you have, always keep some time aside to keep revisiting it to see if you're still going in the direction you started out, or if you want to change your direction, that's fine too. But just having that check-in with your own self as to where you're going. At the same time, constantly future-proofing your business. So by future-proofing, I mean, thinking a few steps ahead of where you are at right now. And that will give you long-term sustainability, because if you're thinking a little bit ahead, then you can also plan while you're executing. So you're executing the present, but you're also working on the future, because, your present will soon become the past and you want to keep moving ahead. So keeping a vision, clear vision in your mind, and also future-proofing yourself so that you have long-term business sustainability.
Got it. Thank you, Ritu. That was a beautiful advice. Thanks for joining us today. And if you will like to share how people can reach you, how our audience can reach you, you can share your social media handles, website, or anything you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am pretty active on LinkedIn. So you can look up my full name, RITUJAVA, and that's my handle. Additionally, I also run an AI for e-commerce newsletter. It's a weekly newsletter. So if you would like that, I will send you a link, but you can also search up ppc-ninja.com. So ppc-ninja.com, that's our AI domain for all the AI content. So you can look up all of the posts that we've shared in the past. There's about 27, 28 posts already since we started last year. So definitely check that up and subscribe. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Ritu. Thanks for joining us today. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Qasim. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.